Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Student Leadership Recognition Ceremony. I want to take a quick moment to thank everybody for joining us this evening. I think this is one of those opportunities where we talk quite often. I think last year we made this exact statement, like, next year we're going to do this in person, and we're really excited for it. And when we're back here doing this again, I think we've learned some lessons, and hopefully we've set some things up some things up in a great way to do this. I really appreciate and want to share a lot of gratitude to the other advisors who helped us kind of create some video structure and things for tonight to do this in a way that allows everybody to engage. One of the things I would really like to ask everybody to do is use the chat feature tonight. Keep chatting with each other, congratulate each other, do as many things as you can just to make sure everybody knows how appreciated they are. And to kind of kick us off, I know that Dr. Avery and I have talked quite a bit about how big a year this was for, like, basically showing the persistence of students and kind of the work they put into it. So I wanted to give Dr. Avery a chance to kind of say hello to everybody. And also, if you guys want to turn your cameras on so we can see those smiling faces, that'd be great. And I'm going to hand it over to Dr. Avery, and then we'll get the rest of the ceremony started.
Thanks, and good evening. Do I have volume, Rob?
You do.
Okay, all right, yeah, and others. Well, welcome everybody. It's nice to see some familiar faces, Lynn Cox, and lots and lots of students. I want to make sure you know we have one of our board members here this evening, at least one. I see Dr. Jeannie Davis, who is our elected board member representing Lebanon and parts of East County, and we're always glad to have her participating, and thanks to the staff who are here. But it's not about staff and board members or leadership, it's really about students. And so it's nice looking around at all the squares. I've gotten to see lots of you this year in one way, shape, or form. Some of you in meetings with legislators where you're rocking it out by telling them why they have to fund community colleges and keep tuition down. Others of you on board meetings, lots and lots of different capacities. And some of you I know are part of the student leadership for next year and endured a fun but kind of clumsy swearing in online with 20 people last week. And I'm glad we got to do it because our board members were really happy to be able to see your faces. I started my education career in the classroom as a teacher and spent the first 10 years as a full-time instructor. And I actually have to say, I mean, I get to do a lot of cool things in my job. Well, not so much anymore. I get to go to a lot of cool Zoom meetings in my job, but there is nothing like being in the classroom face-to-face live with students, because that's what it's all about, helping make the light bulb pop on for you all and helping you transform your life and your family and your wages and propel yourselves forward. So I want to congratulate you all on your leadership and your success. And also, I would be remiss if I didn't mention that Rob has rocked it this year too. He's been a great advisor for you all, and we really are so lucky to have him at the college. And I want you all to know that I know that. So at any rate, have a good evening and congratulations.
Thank you. And I do want to point out, Johnny, I saw that, and pay attention, because in this is going forward, we'll make sure that we get even this evening. So I do want to bring something to everyone's attention. So I'm going to show you guys something that the Student Leadership Council, along with the Advising Center and with CFAR and the Change Makers, is bringing to campus on let's see, May 13th, I'm sorry, at 1 p.m. Everybody's invited. We want to make sure that everybody knows about this. So I'm going to share my screen with you and kind of show you something that we've got that's pretty cool coming, and we want everybody to know that they can register for it. So here we go.
What is that thing that's stopping you from getting to that next level? What is that fear for you?
Fell in too much, being not good enough.
Looking at like I'm not as good as like the guy next to me.
How many of you on a daily basis are listening to those lies from different fears that you have, and you're letting that prevent you from being the player and the person that you want to become?
It was very touching, and like I say, he almost had me in tears.
I fear that I won't live up to my parents' standards. I fear that if I fail, people will view me differently. I fear getting hurt.
It was really incredible for both parents and students. Really got to see what a lot of their fears are.
A lot of times when it comes to the pressure that a lot of you all have, for things that you want to accomplish, things that you want to do, you feel like, if I fail, what's going to happen next? Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We are all meant to shine as children do. It's not just in some of us, but in all of us. And as you push through your fear, other people will push through fear as well.
So just everybody be aware, Darryl Bellamy's coming, and he's coming as part of something that's being put together by a great group of students and campus services and supports. And he's coming in as part of Mental Health Awareness Week, which the students have taken very strongly to pushing for this year. So with that said, without further ado, I'm going to share what the advisors for quite a few different clubs and groups have been working on, putting together our presentation for you this evening. Again, use the chat as much as you possibly can. Make sure you're supporting each other. And here we go.
At first glance, 2020 may not have seemed like the ideal year to formally launch a co-curricular program. With COVID-19 moving all of our activities online, creating engaging opportunities for meaningful dialogue seemed like an insurmountable task. Fortunately, the LBCC Civil Discourse program had the benefit of an incredibly talented and dedicated group of students who were determined to create space for tough conversations at a time when they were so desperately needed. Since fall 2020, our program has hosted 2 debates, a depolarization workshop, post-election discussion, and viewing of a short film that demonstrated the power effective civil discourse plays in building strong community bonds. We also formed genuine friendships, developed great examples to highlight during a job interview, spent a lot of time with a baby in the background, and other memorable experiences in what truly was an unforgettable year. Brandon, Trevor, Mariah, Susanna, Mark, and Chris, thank you so much for the time and energy you dedicated to this important work. You are the ideal group to collaborate with during an academic year unlike any other.
Okay, Mariah, so I've done the research, and apparently we first met in public speaking back in 2016. Every other time that we've worked together, be it a class or a project with the Civil Discourse Club, I've noticed that you set the bar for all other students. I can't tell you how much I appreciate that. I'm incredibly grateful for the time and energy that you dedicated to our co-curricular program's inaugural year, and I also want you to know that you will always have a home with the Civil Discourse program here at LBCC. Hey, Susanna, I still remember the multiple emails you sent me this past summer asking if I would advise a speech and debate club you wanted to start. I told you I'm putting my energy somewhere else this year, and I would love to have you be a part of our new co-curricular program. Not only have you become a valuable member who has helped us excel this past year, you also created the debate club, worked at the state legislature, and maintained a 4.0 GPA. Absolutely exceptional. You're a very rare student. I have no doubt you're going to continue to succeed in your life past LBCC, and I can't wait to see where you end up. Hey, Mark, I remember our first interaction. It was via email right before you started COM 114 fall term. You introduced yourself, said how much you were looking forward to a stimulating class experience, and you also congratulated my wife and I on the arrival of our daughter. You have a unique characteristic, and that is the ability to get along with anyone. You're also a stand-up guy. I have no doubt you're going to be an exceptional law enforcement officer, and I feel incredibly grateful to have been able to work with you as an instructor and an advisor over this past year. I hope you stay in touch because I'm definitely looking forward to seeing you in the uniform and serving our community in the future. Hi, Marissa. Congratulations on your recent graduation from LBCC. And thank you so much for the contributions you made to our club and program over the past few years. From participating in Free IC at the Albany Farmers Market to organizing students to take a trip up to Chemeketa for that Bravery Angels workshop, so many have benefited from your efforts. You also made valuable contributions during this very challenging year with the commuter article you wrote and the creation of our first virtual whiteboard. You are a trailblazer, you are a role model, especially for your siblings, and someone who I know is going to continue to do great things at OSU and beyond. Hey Chris, I just wanted to send you a short video from one dad to another. I'm loving having you on the Civil Discourse program this term. My only regret is that you didn't take COM 114 sooner because I would have enjoyed spending more time with you. Best of luck at University of Oregon, and please, please stay in touch. I gotta go. I think you understand. Brandon, this whole journey began with your idea of creating spaces on college campuses where students and faculty of different backgrounds could come together and have good, honest conversation. Congratulations on your graduation from LBCC. You've worked hard, you earned it, you should be proud, and I can't say enough how proud I am of you. Congratulations, my friend. Trevor, whenever there's a problem, you just seem to know exactly what the right course of action to take is to solve it. That is an indispensable trait that will serve you well, just as it served our program well this past year. It's been a pleasure working with you. I enjoyed our conversations. I loved every single time you challenged what I had to say. Iron sharpens iron, and you are a master blacksmith.
Hello and welcome to this year's awards ceremony. I'm Mindy Bean, the supervisor of Business Team Co-Curricular. This presentation will be presenting 3 awards to the top 3 participants within the academic year. Our first award will go to our event planner and manager. This person has set up our event schedules and done organization for all of our events. They've been a creative social media designer. They've produced ideas like the virtual cooking show and the pet fashion show, and provided constructive feedback and kind words for others. They've attained recent roles within student leadership and at ATI, and after graduation, they plan on becoming your next event manager. Without further ado, I would like to present this award to Emily Cole. Emily, you've provided us with events that have served as a wonderful distraction through the hardship that the pandemic has caused, and thank you for all of your efforts. We look forward to seeing you succeed in your future roles. Our next award goes to our social media coordinator. This person's kind of a time management wizard, as they also manage their family at home, are a member of the Honor Roll Society, and have kept a GPA high enough to be on that society, as well as setting and implementing all of our social media posting schedules. They've taken initiative by designing and posting most of our social media designs, been a promoter by managing all of our social media profiles, and been very enthusiastic on helping others. They've recently gained a role within student leadership, and after graduation, they plan on becoming your next bookkeeper. It is my pleasure that I get to give this award to Victoria Aguas. Thank you so much for providing an engaging virtual environment to help students at Lbcc feel welcome. Looking forward to seeing you succeed in your future role. And last, I would like to present an award to our Human Resources Director and Manager and President. That's right, they've served for 3 roles. They've also been running all of our meetings and game day events. They've been the creator of the Business Team Recruitment Plan. They have served and been awarded as a Strategic Human Resource Management member and been given the Up to Us Leadership Certificate. They've been the presenter at the No Drama Llama event and virtual fashion show. And then last but not least, have been helping with social media design posts. Also, this person has been working full-time for their family business and been attaining a bachelor's in human resource management. After graduation, they look forward to working in your human resource management department. So it's with great honor, I get to present this award to Eric Lee. Eric, if it weren't for you and your recruitment plan that you created, we would have not survived this COVID year. Your strong HR skills helped us recruit and maintain a full load of students to be able to provide an opportunity for everyone to join Business Team and improve themselves. So Emily, Victoria, Eric, I would like to personally say congratulations on behalf of the Business Management Department and all of Lbcc. You've truly provided a ton of effort in creating content, leadership examples, operation processes, and sustainable business practices that will always remain within Business Team. Anyone listening, if you'd like to become a member of Business Team, feel free to shoot me an email. And once again, Emily, Victoria, and Eric, I'm so proud of you, and I look forward to seeing you succeed in your future roles.
Hi, we are very happy to be included in this Student Leadership Awards and Recognition Ceremony tonight. In a typical year, we would be honoring our all-conference awards for student athletes, teams, and coaches, but this year has been anything but typical. So what we wanted to do this year is recognize every single one of our student athletes and coaches for the extraordinary commitment and efforts they put in during this past year. You know, we've been here all year, start of the fall term. We've been practicing, and just recently we got to begin our competitions, but it didn't come easy. There were many health and safety protocols that were put in place by the NWAC conference, by the institution, and by our local health authorities. We asked a lot of our student athletes and our coaches, and they all responded like champions. And that demonstrates true leadership to us. They took responsibility for themselves, their actions, and looked out for their teammates as well. So tonight, we're going to have our coaches say a few words about each team and recognize all of our student athletes and staff for the extraordinary commitment that allowed us to have some sort of athletic season this year. Thank you.
All right, I just want to say thank you to my entire team for their perseverance this year. They've had to really stay focused and disciplined and have a lot of sacrifices in order to be able to compete in the Southern region. So again, just want to say thank you to them. I want to acknowledge some of the honors that they've received. 6 of our 8 sophomores who received the NWAC Academic Excellence Award. Our team GPA was 3.28 cumulative, and we've also received so far 3 Player of the Week honors for Southern Region. Overall, I just want to say thank you to our team and to our staff, everybody that's really helped, and to our administration for dedicating and committing to this 2021 season. Thank you.
There's no question that we have faced an unprecedented and been through an unprecedented year. Yeah, I just want to take a couple of minutes here and just recognize the members of our women's basketball program here at LB. We were fortunate enough to start on time or close to on time on September 28th, the first day of classes, which was 210 days ago. Our girls have done everything that we've asked them to do. You know, working out with masks on in practice and our individual workouts. You know, being at weights every day, and now testing 2 times a week so that we can play. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge my assistant coaches, Robin Andrea and Leslie Reinecker. They've been solid rocks for me this year, and without their help and insight, I wouldn't have been able to lead our group through this difficult time. So just want to recognize our team, and super excited that they're all still here and battling, and super proud of them. So thank you.
We're really excited to acknowledge our guys' commitment this year. It's been a really trying year, not only for basketball, but also academically as well. A lot of our guys are freshmen, and they didn't have a real senior year to prepare them for college. And then all of a sudden they're just thrust into online classes at college, which are definitely not the easiest. So I'm really proud of the guys' work this year, trying to adapt to the academic rigors of college. Just teachers have been great, meeting with them via Zoom and stuff like that, but there's nothing like being able to sit in a teacher's office hours and just discuss face-to-face. My assistants have been great. Ron Richards, Peter Wilmes, and Kai Banson have all been awesome, helping the guys wherever they can, encouraging them, letting them know that it's hard, but that they can get through it. So we're really proud of the work that these guys have done and the leadership that they've shown, and really looking forward to next year and them having a more normal college experience. Again, I want to just say thank you to all you fellas, and for putting the work out, and keep at it. It'll make you a better man in the long run.
What's up, Roadrunners? Coach Peterson here.
Just want to say thank you to all you student athletes for everything you put up with this year. It's been outstanding the way you guys have carried each other, whole team. You guys have spent all year long, every day together, holding each other accountable, all of that. It's been outstanding. Early in the year, I think I was pretty shocked that, we'd get a full season and all that, but your guys' diligence and efforts and all the sacrifices you've made have made this possible. And I can speak for all our guys. We've been having a blast so far. But now it's just been outstanding, from grades to on the field. We're having a good year so far, 15-5, had a 3.58 team GPA in the fall and a 3.38 in the winter. So I could not be happier about what the guys are putting in for us. Big thank you to all the staff and everyone in the office for keeping all the protocols rolling for us to be able to play ball. It's been absolutely outstanding. But yeah, just want to thank you guys.
Hi, I'm Liz Pierce. I'm here to talk to you about the Human Services Co-Curricular. We call ourselves the Change Makers, and our motto is Serve, Unite, Change. You might be wondering, what is Human Services? And I want to tell you about this field by telling you about the students who entered into the unknown this year. Not only the unknown of working via COVID and creating a new co-curricular, but especially in a field that is grounded in helping others and in human interactions. First, I want to tell you about Riley. She's our newest leader, and she literally did just jump in, not really knowing what to expect, but motivated by her willingness to help others. And she even stepped forward and spoke and represented the group with the Lbcc Student Leadership Council. And Sarah, who is really grounded in her local community needs, but also looking at helping meet the community needs of Lbcc students. And she did this by meeting with vendors and starting to articulate a grant proposal for a wellness app for Lbcc students. Yancy has been really important to our group because she brings a good knowledge of Lbcc services. And this is really important in terms of an interdisciplinary program that we collaborate with others and not duplicate other services. So her connection to the EDI Center, as well as bringing in resources and her ability to speak up for herself and serve others has been important to our human services group. Alyssa has really ingenious ideas and is willing to speak up and share those with others. She's creative, and she's been really committed to this group and to LBCC, even though she's moved on to other parts of her life, and even showing up to orient our brand new member when she had already graduated. And Amy has shown to be a strong member of the field of human services by doing deep research, interrogation, interviews, looking into services in the community, interviewing the NAMI representatives, and showing a deep understanding of the need for resources and what the resources are. Michael exemplifies the field of human services by her deep support and commitment to her peers, being super collaborative, volunteering to help out with whatever is needed, and being there till the very last minute as she and I online in Google Docs finished off our proposal that we turned into the administration for the wellness app for students. And Hannah has shown all around how she is a committed member of the field of human services by being committed to her own growth, making herself the best, well-rounded, stepping out of her comfort zone kind of person, which we all need to be in order to serve people well, by contributing ideas to the Contemporary Families textbook, and also speaking up for herself, but also speaking to represent the group in a number of places. And in closing, I'd just like to share with you a little bit more about our mission and what we are doing here at Lynn Benton. So I will close with this slide.
Good evening and welcome to the LBCC Leadership Awards Ceremony. My name is Amanda Mendel. I'm a program assistant in the Student Life and Leadership Office, and I'm responsible for managing our volunteer system, Noble Hour. This year has been huge in terms of growth for the volunteer program. We've gone from a previous total of 12 student volunteers to currently at 143. Since this last September, those volunteers have worked over 536 hours, which has an economic value of over $14,000. That's a lot of good that we have all done in what was a very dark year. So if you've contributed at all to that number, please pat yourself on the back and take a moment to be proud of yourself, because I am so proud of you all. I do want to take this moment to recognize 3 of our outstanding volunteers based on their contributions with us. Carissa DuBois, who volunteered at St. Mary's Soup Kitchen, Krista Fortenberry, who was a volunteer work locator and a social media marketer, and Mariah Rivera Lawrence, who volunteered with our Civil Discourse program. I would also like to recognize 4 of our community partners who have been particularly exceptional for working with us: the American Red Cross, the Room at the Inn, Albany Carousel, and Lynn County Animal Rescue. Each of these organizations have gone above and beyond to make the process of volunteering with them easy and straightforward, and we appreciate it. Thank you again to all of our amazing volunteers and community partners. To get started volunteering, simply navigate over to noblehour.com/LynnBenton and click Join. And I'll close out with the wise words of Mahatma Gandhi: the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Rob Camp, and I am the Student Leadership Coordinator at LBCC, and I have the privilege of being the guide of the Student Leadership Council. This past year has been an amazing year as the Student Leadership Council has made over 10,000 contacts with students. They have reestablished the Oregon Community College Student Association, and they supported students by investing over $40,000 into student supports. Those supports included the Lynn Cox Student Advocacy Scholarship, the creation of the Student Leadership Endowment, investments into Roadrunner Resources, Lynn Benton Lunchbox, the Thanksgiving Food Drive, textbook affordability, and they helped fund graduation. They had the highest student election turnout in recorded history, and they created a strong working relationship with many LBCC entities. Our first student, Angie, really needs no introduction as she was the face of the SLC this last year. She'll be returning as one of our Legislative Affairs Directors. Angie's VP and partner in crime, Nia, will also be returning as a Legislative Affairs Director. So I'm going to say, our legislators better look out next year. Morgan, who is our Club's Engagement Director, will be returning in the same role. And he has a passion to get clubs at LBCC back to a vibrant, stable community. Miranda is moving from an executive assistant position into the finance director position. Following her major, she's going to make sure that we keep our student fees in line. And Hannah is moving from an executive assistant position into our president, and she is already putting her stamp on our new team. One of the hardest parts about every year for the SLC is our retiring members. I can say with Anne, who is an outgoing event planner, that she was one of the most caring, passionate people you could ever work with, and I'm really going to miss working with her. The second student I'm going to talk about is Jacob, who's our outgoing chieftain of events. Jacob was one of those students who would often put everybody else before himself, and he was so caring and passionate about students. It was amazing to work with him. The third student I want to address is James. Now, James has been actually involved with the SLC for a long time, and his teammates described him this year as somebody who would always ask the hard questions and really was passionate about making sure that we stayed on budget. He was a great addition to our team. Johnny Media was somebody who always helped make us laugh. He was also the person that whenever we needed information could tell us directly where to find it and always had a link to share. The other thing that I really wanted to do with this video was to make sure that I spelled his name wrong so he could be Johnny Medina spelled incorrectly as he's been on our website for the past 2 years. The last person I want to talk about is Marissa Miles. Now, Marissa, by many of her teammates' descriptions, has been the SLC's MVP this past year. Anytime we needed anything done, Marissa was willing to step up and take on that role, and we're really going to miss her. I also want to bring attention to 3 other students who worked a lot to help support SLC this year. One being Tim Cruz, who played the role of our mascot for the last year. He'll actually be returning to be our mascot this year. Katie Gruber, who was a student engagement leader, did a bunch of videos to help us support LB Live and promote the SLC. And Shauna Dempsey, who was our work study in our office and helped us do research on supporting students. She supported our volunteer program completely. I also want to point out our graduates for this year. So this year, Johnny Media, James Smith, Marissa Miles, Katie Gruber, and Shauna Dempsey all will be graduating and moving on from LBCC, and we're very proud that they were part of our little family.